Now it may be that you want to set up viewports to defined scales that you set, rather than creating a scale area. So everything here in the model tab is at 1:1. All the text there, you'll notice, is the same size. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up some viewports in the A3 Landscape tab. So all I do is I go to A3 Landscape, I go to my View tab here. Now because I'm in a Layout tab, when I click on Viewport Scale Area here, it will automatically ask me if I want to create a viewport. So all I've got to do now is specify the first point of my viewport. So I'll pick a point up here on my A3 sheet and click and drag. And then I'll click again for the other corner of the viewport. So now the View dialog box appears. Now it prompts me as to what scale I want that viewport to be at. Now it may be that I just want it at 1:1, which is the default, but I've got all of my standard scales in there, as you can see. Because I'm using a metric ISO drawing as well, they're all metric scales. Now, one thing you will notice as well, if I click on this little button here, that will actually ask me to pick a dimension, a symbol, text or something inside of a scale defining area. So I can go and pick an object to scale to a particular scale. Now I don't need to do that, so I'll hit escape there and it takes me back to the View dialog. All I want here is a scale of, let's say, 2:1. Perform a rescaling? Yes, I will do. So I'm going to OK that now. And as you can see now, it says select the objects for rescaling. So if I pan down a little bit, there's my plan view there. I want that at twice the original size. Now what's happened there, because that viewport has now been set at a 2:1 scale, the text is twice the size it should be. So I just select the objects like so, just click on each one, make sure that I've got them all selected. I then right click to confirm that. They scale appropriately. If I click on that viewport there now and look down here at my status bar, that viewport scale there is 2:1, and all my text has been scaled appropriately too. So I'll just hit escape there now, and what I'll do now is I'll create another viewport, this time at 1:1. So I'll click on Viewport Scale Area again. You'll notice that AutoCAD Mechanical automatically puts your viewports on a viewports layer. It's called AM_views. So I'll specify my first point by hovering there and just dragging out a little bit. Click there and drag down this way, and there's another viewport there for me like that. Now, what I can do here, I want it 1:1. I'm going to perform a rescaling. Do I need to do that? I don't, because it's all 1:1, so I can untick that this time. Click on OK there, and there is my 1:1 viewport. Now what I need to do there is everything in there is 1:1. So I'll just double click inside that viewport and make it active, and then I pan and find what I want to go in that viewport. It's going to be my side view there. So I make sure that that fits nicely like so, double click outside the viewport to deactivate, and there's my viewport to a defined 1:1 scale. But look, all the text is consistent, because when I created this 2:1 viewport, I performed a rescaling there on the objects that needed to be rescaled. So everything is consistent, even though I've got viewports at differing defined scales.